Hi, this is Hi, this is Jen from Books, Bargains, Blessings, and I'm here with what sold in August. I know it's October. I'm behind. I'm trying to catch up. Quarter four's here, and there's just life's been busy, but that's true for everybody. So this is a Nurse's Prayer key chain key ring that I paid 29 cents for. I had bought this I bought a whole handful of these, and they sold really well a couple of years ago. Now, not so much, but it sold for $6.99, and I bought probably a dozen of them. So when I can do a one listing and sell that many items, I don't mind going a bit cheaper than $10 on them. This is a Simplicity sewing pattern. I still have one listed. It's a girl's jumper dress, and I bought this pattern, I think, for 10 cents when a craft and fabric store went out of business, and I sold it for $10. I always put USA seller on things like this. Um, it's some kind of a cable. I don't know exactly what it does or what it is. I just know I sold it. I paid 69 cents for it at CVS when it was on clearance, and I sold it for $6.99. Again, I had multiples of these, so I'm priced more than the Chinese sellers. However, somebody knows I'm in the United States, and they'll get it quicker than 6 weeks from now. This is another group vacation Bible school kit. It's not the complete kit, it's just the director's guide, plus some various other stuff that goes with it. The director guides alone can sell for between $20 and $30. This it had like some of the stuff that you use with Vacation Bible School, but it wasn't complete. You can see here some of the stuff that's going on with it. Um, but I sold this for $40. I'm not sure what I paid for this because I got multiples of these a couple of years ago when it was the previous year's VBS. But the most I paid for any one of these kits was $5. Most were, usually I can get this kind of stuff between 50 cents and $5. So remember when had mentioned that my husband and I had gone to the Goodwill outlet, we saw a game that we thought looked so much fun, and it was missing a piece? Well, right here, you can see the piece. Well, you can see where the piece would be if the piece was here. An incomplete set of the river tiles sold for, oh, nice. Um, an incomplete set of the river tiles sold for $15. And you can buy the entire set on Amazon for $17. This was in that huge box of baseball hats that I bought at a thrift shop for. I ended up getting them at 8 cents each because the workers didn't want to count all of them. And this sold for $12. This is not an actual trucker hat. It's corduroy. It's like a winter hat. For those of you who watch HQ Trivia, you will know the word penultimate. This is my penultimate mug from Hungary. It means next to last. I have one more of these for sale. So if you want a Starbucks Global Icons mug from Hungary, which was bought in Budapest, come on over to my store. This one sold for $49. At this point, I'm really confused at what I bought from my grandmother's estate and what, I just helped clean out of the house because there was so much stuff I got from so many places. This is a plastic canvas. Plastic canvas is a mesh thing. You can see all of these different nursery things that can be made. This is just the pattern. And the pattern alone sold for $20. I bought this for $3 at a thrift store. It's actually from Walt Disney World. It says, I'm grumpy because you're dopey. And I believe it sold for $13. I hadn't sold any t-shirts in a very long time, but I sold two in August. This one is an Alf, Merry Christmas, Now Quit Whining. I think I paid $2 for it and sold it for $8, I believe. But all the t-shirts that I have on currently have been on for a very long time. I'm pretty much taking whatever offer I get on them. This is a Big League Chew Series 1 bobblehead. I was in one of those, like, I call them Amish stores. They're like scratch and dent closeout stores where they buy stuff by the pallet. It will come many times just before the Best By date or sometimes even after the Best By date, but a lot of food is still good after the Best By date. Anyway, one of the stores I was at had a bunch of these, and now I wish I would have bought a few more. They had one package of Big League Chew and this 3-inch bobblehead for 69 cents. And I can't chew gum because of health problems, but my husband can, so I gave him the gum. I put this on eBay, and this sold for $15. I believe I picked this up at a thrift store last year for either 25 or 50 cents. It was in with Christmas stuff. I don't think that they realized it was a craft item. This is a like vinyl place where you can cross stitch on, and you can see the nice snowflake. It's really cool. I was tempted to keep it myself and make something on it, but I didn't. Because I figured the $13 I got out of it would be more valuable to me than getting to do a fun craft on it. Lioness Club from Intercourse, Pennsylvania published this cookbook. Intercourse is a hilarious name for a town. I've been there, and this sold for $15. This was a really fun and interesting sale. If you remember a while back, I had bought that bowl at a Goodwill outlet that had the hearts on it. This was made of the same material and reminded me very much of it. And it should have, because it too was made in Finland. I was at a church sale. Last day of the sale, everything was half off, so I paid a quarter for this. This was a bowl made in Finland. Let me see. I want to show you the bottom of this. Here we go. Here's the bottom. You can see it says Finland on it. This is a metal bowl with like enamel design. And you can see, I guess that doesn't show you, but you can see where, there's rust around the edges and whatever. Anyway, I bought this for 25 cents at a churchyard sale. I sold it within 2 days of listing for $40. And get this, it shipped back to Finland. Rod Parsley is a pretty famous preacher. For some reason, he comes about once a year to our area. It's really funny that, there is a televangelist come and speak at a town of like 20 or 2,000 people, but he's friends with the pastor in the next town, and he comes down, goes turkey hunting. Well, one time he came down, I decided, I just kind of wanted to meet him, and the only way to do that was to buy a book and have it autographed. So I paid $10 for this. I sold it for $15, but, I wanted to meet, be able to say hello and all that to Rod Parsley. So I got what I wanted out of it, and I actually made a little bit of money on it. 3D design raised coffee mugs seem to be very popular on eBay, except they don't sell well. People like looking at them and everything. I labeled this as a computer geek, office programmer tech, raised design, 3D coffee mug. I had this on for years. It finally sold for $25. This is another of the CDs of Joyce Meyer that I purchased some time back at $3 each. Again, this sold at $15. I still have quite a few of them, and I'm still selling them. This is a cross-stitch pattern of Great American Passenger Train. It gives two different designs that you can do. This very long one, it's harder to find frames in that size. So they also showed you how you can do it in this size, which is a more normal frame size. And I sold this when I was running a sale, so it sold for $11.04. I'm still selling the church accompaniment CDs that I bought brand new for 10 cents each. This one I got $10 for. This was in the lot of cross-stitch and craft patterns I bought off of Craigslist for $60. I've already made my money from the whole thing. This one sold for $17. This is a mistake that I still make. I see Cabbage Patch Kids sewing patterns, and I think, oh, somebody's going to want to buy that because it's Cabbage Patch Kids. Well, Cabbage Patch Kids stuff is not as popular as you would think, especially in the crafting world. I paid, I think, 50 cents for this, and I sold it when I was running a sale for $11.04. Again, I'm happy with that profit, but it's certainly not like the $20 to $30 price that I had in my mind when I would pick it up. And for whatever reason, it never clicks when I'm in a store. The Cabbage Patch Kids, there's a demand for it, but it's not as pricey as you would think it would be. This I found at a Goodwill outlet. I paid probably $3 or $4 for it because this is huge and heavy. It is 7.5 inches high. It's dreamsicles. It's musical. The lady who bought it from me, she sent me, please pack this well. I packed it with bubble wrap and pool noodles, and it was insane how I packed it. And evidently it got to her fine. She said she'd bought others off of eBay and they'd always broken transit. And I was just like, that's not going to happen with this one. I paid probably $3 or $4, as heavy as it was. And it was a Goodwill outlet, so I paid by the pound. And I got $70 for this. I have had this cross-stitch kit for about 4 years on eBay. It sold for $10 finally. I was just really happy to see it go. It's not got not a lot of anything that's going for it that people would really want to buy it to stitch it, and that's why it sat for so long. Another one of these CDs that I picked up for 10 cents sold for $10. I was at a thrift store, I believe it was this summer, and I found huge stacks of Mennonite Quarterly Reviews. This one is from January 1964. When I listed them, I listed a lot of, the names of a lot of articles that were in them. A Short Confession of Faith, Thomas Munsler's Last Tract Against Martin Luther, The Theology of Two Kingdoms, the Hessian Anabaptists, because I figure that some of the names will trigger searches that people have set up, and they'll get notified about it if I put enough stuff in there. So far, I've only sold one, but I paid 50 cents for it, and I got $17 for it. Well, that's what's sold in August. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to see all of my other videos, and I'll try to do them a lot quicker from now on. Thanks. Bye.